Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're at Cars and Coffee. This is the Mainline Cars and Coffee in Southeast Pennsylvania, and it's June 22nd, 2025. We're starting the day off with this amazing FL5 Honda Civic Type R. Love the red seats. It rips on the white wheels. It's just a perfect setup. All right, and talk about another perfect setup. I'm such a huge fan of these S550 Mach 1 Mustangs. They just have a ton of attitude, and I don't know, maybe I like them a little bit better than the S650s that replaced them, but this yellow color was fantastic. I love the retro Mach 1 script, and this one had clear taillights. They look great on Mustangs. Okay, so this is like my favorite Miata of all time. This is a Mazda Speed Miata. This is the only factory turbo Miata. And I just think they look fantastic. This had an amazing paint job on racing Heart wheels. And again, only turbocharged Miata from the factory. And I think it's a really nice setup. I think they only made these for like a couple of years. But this is the NB Miata. And here is a lovely product from General Motors. A Catfish Camaro with a drag pack wheel setup. Pretty serious roll cage there. Kirky bucket seats. Yeah, it didn't have the hood popped, but I'll show you here in just a second. Little hint as to what's under the hood. And there's what we're hiding. That leads me to believe there's a big old turbo under there. All right, so here is a maybe unpopular opinion. I don't think Aston is doing better than the DB9 and the DBS. I just do not think their cars have looked better than this. The latest ones are okay, but man, this is like peak Aston Martin, and this DBS was so clean. I would love to take it for a ride. And speaking of another car I'd like to take for a ride, check out this 458. It's so amazing how well these cars have aged. They do not look old in the slightest. The interior looks fantastic. The 4.5 liter naturally aspirated high revving V8, triple exhaust tips, looks fantastic, hasn't aged a day. Now this was cool to see. This is a Jaguar C-Type, and my understanding is that the C stood for competition. They made these cars between 51 and 53, and if you notice next to the steering wheel there is a spare set of spark plugs for the inline 6, and that's because racing drivers at Le Mans, I believe, had to fix their cars before they brought them to the pits or something. And here's a suite of pony cars that you had seen in a previous clip earlier on in the video. All of these things rumbling by me as I was standing on the corner. I love a turbo Trans Am, super unique. I think they were a 4.9 liter V8 with a smaller turbo. It sits right on top of the motor. It's a pretty cool setup. This one had the snowflake wheels, looked proper. This blew me out of the water. This is a Shelby GT500 KR, and KR stands for King of the Road. This thing was so proper, had a 4-speed, pretty color, and I believe this is 1968. Yeah, Cobra Jet 428. This thing was proper. It really was one of the kings of the road back in its day. Just a fantastic car. And another fantastic car next to it. Check out that 1970 Mustang. So no idea if it's a real Boss 302. Had the hockey stick stripe. Kirky seats. I believe it was a 4 or a 5 speed in there, but this thing looks ready for like a vintage track day or something. Here's a cool Mopar I found at the show. This is a Plymouth Grand Fury, and it is looks to be a retired Delaware State Police car. I think these old cop cars have some really cool, quirks and features. Shout out Doug DeMiro. If you look at the speedometer in a old cop car, it'll say certified speedometer. And, they were just like a higher calibrated speedo, so you knew if people were speeding compared to you. All right, now here's a cool one. I think this is like a 48, 49, or 50 model year Packard, but it had a flathead straight 8 under the hood, which is just like an engine combo you do not see anymore. And it had a 3 on the tree as well, so that it's like doubly cool for that. Just a cool car. You don't see these anymore. It's an example of a defunct American auto manufacturer. So if you were to call this a Rolls Royce, I don't think many people would correct you. This is actually a Bentley T-Series, I believe. This is back when Bentley and Rolls Royce were sort of partnered up. I don't know much about these, if I'm honest, but it seems like the big difference between this and the Rolls is like the grille shape. Otherwise, they would have used the same engine, but feel free to correct me in the comments. Here's another nice catfish. This being a 30th anniversary Camaro SS. These are just cool cars. I don't know. These are always either like race cars or whatever, but this one is just totally stock. White color matched wheels, white interior, just a clean car. It's a stick shift. I believe this had a hot version of the LT1 V8 underhood, and as you can see, it had like a Ram air scoop on it. On the back bumper, it does say 330 horsepower, so that's pretty potent power plant under there. Speaking of potent power plants, this is a C4 Corvette, as you can see, but no regular C4 Corvette, as it's a ZR1. Check that out. 4-cam, 32-valve V8, it's a 5.7 liter, puts out 375 horsepower. These were absolute monsters back in the day, and honestly, contemporarily, they're quick cars too. These were wider than the normal C4. They sort of widen the entire body from the middle. It's kind of interesting. And check this little plate out. It says Mer Cruiser, so this gives you some engine specs, and this V8 was developed by Lotus and built by Mercury Marine. This is a car I absolutely have to own one day. It's the FB or SA22 variant of the Mazda RX-7. So it's the first generation RX-7. This one's got some RX-8 seats in it, the cool rotary key, but I just love these. They had some really, really cool like body kits you could get for them back in the day, and they sound fantastic. Speaking of sounding fantastic, maybe I'm a little bit biased. This is a Fiat 124 Spider. Shares the platform with the NC Miata, same thing with the transmission, and this has the same engine as my 500 Abarth. And here we have a Land Cruiser. This is a 1998 Land Cruiser. I actually looked at the dude's Instagram page. I'm like not a big Land Cruiser head. I think they look good. This one looks remarkably modern. It's a 100 series. A car made famous by Top Gear, the infamously unstable Reliant Robin. Yes, this is a 3-wheeler, actually registered as a motorcycle. Now check out this pair. So first in white, we've got a Chevy S10 Blazer, and that to me looks like an LSA engine, which you'd get out of like a CTS-V or a Camaro ZL1. And this thing was just clean, man. I mean, it was perfect. I think this is one of my favorite cars of the show. And sitting right next to it, an original GMC Typhoon. This is the all-wheel drive turbo V6, sort of the sister car to the GMC Cyclone pickup truck. And under the hood, you'll be able to see that power plant, the 4.3-liter turbocharged Cyclone V6. Here's a little JDM nugget for you. This is a Suzuki Alto Works. Offset hood scoops are always going to be amazing, and the two-tone paint on this look great. This is a nice little car. It's for sale if anyone's interested, but take a look at the fact sheet. Here we go. 1998 Suzuki Alto Works, 658 cc's, baby, with a turbo, of course. All right, y'all. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what your favorite car is, and if I took a video of your car, let me know in the comments. We will see you again soon. Take care.